So this week I am reading in my class, The Change to Wholeness, Hardwiring Happiness, which is by Rick Hanson. It's a book that's been around for a while, and it's written by this guy who's a psychoneurologist. No, he's not psycho. He's a neurologist and a psychologist. That doesn't sound right. Psychoneurologist. You probably wouldn't appreciate that. But anyway, the book talks about the impediments to wholeness that we are just born with because of 600 million years of evolutionary biology that has given us this negativity bias, so that as humans we glob on to the negative rather than seeing all the positives. And he also says that the stressful Western world that we live in is the other main impediment. So he says it's really challenging to just be human and be whole in this world, but we've got yoga and meditation. So I thought we'd practice his suggestions which we do every week. We're already doing this, you guys. So we'd practice his suggestions for moving toward wholeness, which include savoring the good and finding those small things to appreciate, just the smallest things. So just this morning, before we even start, just think of one small thing from the moment you woke up to now that you may have savored and you may not have noticed that you savored. The smell of your coffee brewing, or the beautiful sunrise. We had a really pretty sunrise this morning here. The sound of birds out your window, the kiss goodbye from a loved one, anything. So those are the simple things that we want to be savoring. And so here's the key. 10 seconds of savoring. So we have to really pause. So as we move through shapes, if you notice that something feels really good, savor it. Pause. We're going to come down to our backs. And likewise, if you notice that something does not feel good, back off from it and take care of your own body. So come on down to your back. Move around a little bit, get really comfortable. Maybe put a blanket underneath your neck or your knees if your lower back feels comfy with that there. And once you get there, just surrender. Surrender here. Surrender Dorothy, as the witch rode across the sky in The Wizard of Oz. Take a nice big breath in and exhale through your mouth. That'll help. Let go. Another suggestion of Rick Hanson's is that we let be, let go, and let in. So as we lay here, we're going to let ourselves be in this moment by feeling the surface beneath us. Feel those parts of the body that are connecting with the surface beneath us. And then feel the temperature of the air against your skin, the sensation of the clothes against your skin. Notice the sounds in your space. Notice the sounds in the distance. Notice your physical body, what you brought to your mat this morning. Feel your normal breath. Feel the beat of your heart. And we'll let that be. And then we'll let go of any worries, any stressors, any shopping lists you might be making, any plans for the rest of the day. Give yourself permission to be fully present during this 45 minutes or so. Just let go. And then finally, we'll be prepared to let in all the benefits of this practice. The movement, the breath, and the stillness. So with that said, maybe you place your hands atop your belly and invite in a softness as you breathe in through your nose and fill up the belly. So your belly will rise to meet your hands. And then pause at the top of that inhalation. Feel that fullness. And then mindfully release. Let it go. As your belly drops back down, your hands will follow. Take another full breath. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils. Pause at the top of the inhalation and then just wait. And when it feels right, exhale through your nose and feel the warmth of the air as it leaves your nostrils and just brushes across your upper lip. Let's take a few more breaths here. Just finding the rhythm that works for you as we start this day together. Finding our mindful breath, paying attention to the little things, just the little things. Let's take one more round of breath together. Full inhalation. And a long, slow exhalation. And then just release your hands. Let your palms face up. And take this first pause. Just notice the effect you've had on your neurology, your physiology, and your spirit. And when you're ready, blink open your eyes if they're closed. Take a big hug. Hug those knees into your chest. Take some of those yummy circles. Make them slow this morning. Draw some imaginary circles on your ceiling as you massage that lower back. And switch directions. Nice. Good. On your next inhalation, hug your knees in nice and tight and send your left leg long. Keep that right leg hugged in. Maybe take a circle of your right ankle here. Maybe go the other way. Good. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, switch. Take your right leg long, hug your left knee into your chest. Circle out that left ankle. Good morning. Embracing any cracks and creaks that might be happening. Good. On your next inhalation, switch. And on your exhalation, switch. We'll take a few more. Inhale, switch. And exhale, switch. Hugging that knee toward the chest or the shoulder. Finding that sweet spot so you get that stretch. Take a couple more. Just warming up. And on this next exhalation, release that leg long. And then inhale, take a full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead. Point your toes, get as long as you can. And then take your hands back behind your head. If your blanket's under your neck, you might want to move it. And we're going to bring our knees up to, like a dead bug position. It's not very nice to say during a yoga class. Sorry, bugs. When you're ready, we're going to take the right elbow to the left knee and extend the right leg long. Good. On your exhale, take your left elbow to your right knee, extend your left leg long, and just move with your breath. So a little bit slower here, engaging those abs, waking up those abs, move with your breath. You've got this. We'll take 10 more. So 1 each side, 1, 2, 3. Move with your breath. When you finish this 10th one, we're going to savor. So lower your legs, lower your arms, take a full body stretch. Take a big inhalation, send that belly up toward the sky, arch your back, and then one more hug of the knees in, and just savor that sensation of rest after work, right? Take a big breath in, take your knees over to one side, take your blanket if it's not already underneath you, and place it under where your knees will go. We'll come into tabletop. So we'll come into our cat-cow sequence. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure they're under your shoulders. Let the tops of the feet rest on the floor. And as you inhale, lift your gaze, drop your belly, take a little arch. And as you exhale, bring the belly into the spine and arch in the opposite direction. So it's that Halloween cat pose. Push the mat away. Inhale into your cow pose. Lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. And exhale, round into your cat. So on these next few, I will just be silent and see if you can savor the experience of this spinal movement and just see if you can enjoy each little nuance as you move through this most excellent sequence. Let your breath be your inspiration for your movement. So only move when your breath tells you to. Let's take a few more. And on your next Halloween cat shape, just make that an exaggerated one. Press your belly into your spine. Press your mat away. Let your chin come to your chest. And then come back to neutral. Really good. So take a moment to turn your palms either sideways or so your fingers are facing toward you. And just sink your hips back a little bit. Stretch the forearms. Get a little wrist stretch as well. And then when you're ready, turn your palms back, forward. We're going to take our left leg back. Hopefully we're not kicking anything. And your right leg forward. Come into your bird dog. So your gaze is slightly forward. You're balancing. Yeah. Engaging that core. Breathe in. And breathe out, switch. Really extend. I've definitely got books in the way. And on your exhale, come back to center. We're going to take 2 more of those. I'm going to find a better position here. Maybe I need to come forward. I thought I made space here. Extend the right arm and the left leg. You can point or flex. Breathe in and breathe out and switch. Inhale, extend, and exhale, lower. Take one more, each side. Good. And then as you come down, just Sophie, shake it out and find some stillness. Well, to keep that right hand on the floor, sweep the left arm up, follow it with your gaze. Maybe take a shoulder circle here if that would feel good for you. And then eventually we're going to thread that needle, take it under the right arm, bring the left temple to the floor, lift the right arm up, and breathe. Maybe take a shoulder circle here. Maybe take a half bind. Good, breathe in. Savor the stretch. And on your exhale, take your right hand to the floor, press yourself up. Follow that left arm as it lifts back up. And on your exhalation, take it down to the mat. Good, we'll switch sides. Inhale the right arm up, follow it, circle it out if you like. And on your exhalation, thread it on through, bring the right temple to the floor. Take the left arm, sweep it up, take a shoulder circle or a half bind, bringing the back of the palm to the lower back. Breathe in, stretches in the upper right, back. Good. On your inhale, lift that left arm up. On your exhale, place it on the floor. Inhale the right arm up, follow it, maybe take a circle. And on your exhale, take your right hand to the floor. Sophie, shake it out. Bring your knees nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch. And slide on back into an extended child's pose. So lowering head to the floor or a block, either or. And breathe in here. And then savor, take a moment. Feel the stretch. So walk your fingers forward a little bit more and just enjoy the stretch. Good. One more big breath in. And a nice long breath out. And then slowly we'll make our way back up. Peel yourself up. We'll just come to a seat, and you can feel free to prop yourself up on a block or a blanket. And crisscross applesauce, one leg goes in front. Take your shoulders up toward your ears and roll them back and down. A couple more here. Let's make some space. Draw those shoulders down. And then take your gaze over toward the right. Notice what you see. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, take the gaze over to the left and notice what's over there. And then lower your chin to your chest. We'll just draw some big old circles with our nose right in front of us. Good, breath slow, movement slow, and switch directions. Excellent. Come to stillness. Take a big breath in, rub your palms together, create some heat because it's a little chilly here. And then bring your palms right over your eyes. Just let your eyes be soothed. And take a moment to pause and feel that comfort and heat that you can bring to yourself. And then take your 2 fingers, and we're just going to tap all around the skull. And then tap right above your eyes. Tap the temples, and down to the cheekbones and the jawbones. And bring it right on down to the chin. And then if your hands are cold, like mine, rub your palms together again. Take your hands behind your neck. Give your neck a little massage. And then pause. Let your eyes close and just savor. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then blink your eyes open, switch the cross of your legs. Yeah, notice the difference. Take your fingers forward. We're just going to take a walk forward. Check in with our lower back. Inhale to lift, lengthen your spine. And exhale, maybe walk your fingertips a little farther and then bow to yourself. Take your chin down to your chest. Get a stretch of the back of the neck. Take a nice big breath in and then walk your fingertips over to the right. And get that stretch in the left side body. Take a full breath in. And on your exhalation, let's come on over to the left. Stretch the right side body. Keep that chin down near the chest, getting that stretch in the back of the neck. Nice big breath in, and then slowly walk your fingers back to center. Send them all the way back. And we'll take our legs wide. We're not even going to get up yet. We're going to bring our legs into a wide-legged stance. We're not standing. Wide-legged shape. So we have this kind of V shape. And then bring your blocks in front of you. You can stack them up. We're going to take a walk again forward. Bring your fingertips forward. And see if you can stack your blocks so that your forehead can rest here. Yeah, good morning, inner thighs. And we're going to just take a moment or two to savor this stretch. So hamstrings, inner thighs, lower back. Maybe you have your blocks at a really tall place, so you can stack them however it works for you. And then maybe eventually you want to lower them as you walk your fingers forward. Just decide. It's early. We're still getting started. And be kind to your lower back. So if you need to back off, no pun intended, do so. Breathe in. Let it go. I like that. Let it be. Breathe in. Breathe out and let it go. Let's take 3 more breaths here together. See if you can soften and find something positive about this shape. It's all positive. Notice your thoughts. Notice if your thoughts are going to that negative bias, and don't blame yourself. Just, it's our 600 million years of evolution. So just let those thoughts float by and create a new one for yourself. We are becoming more flexible. We are becoming more present. Take one more breath in together. And slowly, mindfully, make your way back up. Move your blocks if they're there. Take the outsides of your legs, bring them together. Take your hands behind you, windshield washer them out. And then I'm going to remove my blanket temporarily. And then we're going to come up to tabletop one more time. Take those hands right in front of you where they were in table. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips, come up into a slow downward facing dog. Let yourself come up slowly. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press all the joints, all those finger joints into the floor so you get a little blood flow there, helping us with any kind of arthritis or anything. It's so good, so good. Take a nice big breath in as you bend one knee and then the other, and a breath out as you walk your dog. And then press those heels back to the floor. Find stillness. Savor this down dog. Find this length in the spine. Lift the tailbone high. Maybe press your heels a little farther to the floor if you're ready. And then come up on your toes and take a walk to the front of your mat. You know where we're going. Let's come into our first forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let your hands come into ragdoll at your elbows. Shake your head yes and no. Do what feels good for you. So you might rock from side to side. And you might find stillness. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. When you're ready, release your hands, root to rise, roll up one vertebra at a time. Come all the way up, let your shoulders roll up and back. Fix your shirt, find your mountain pose. Gazing forward, palms facing forward, shoulders back. Here we are. When you're ready, inhale, reach up and look up. On your exhale, take a hold of your left wrist and side bend to the right. Make that C shape with your body. Breathe in, keep your torso facing forward. Keep both feet firmly planted, firmly grounded. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, take it over to the other side. Breathe in, pressing into the mat with both feet. And breathe out. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up if you're feeling very balanced. And then exhale, swan dive forward. This time take your hands behind your back, lift them up. Take a forward fold and a shoulder stretch. Excuse me. Inhale. And exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step back with your right leg. Step back with your left leg. Lower your knees or lower all the way down to your mat. Let your forehead come to the floor. Take your hands to the outsides of your shoulders. Squeeze those elbows in as you press yourself up, baby cobra. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, lower down. Good. Reestablish your cobra. Hug the elbows in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. And inhale, rise up again. Cobra. Exhale as you lower your head. And thinking about what's coming next. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press all the finger joints into the mat as you press yourself up. And then tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Good. Feel free to walk your dog. Release tension in the back of the neck. Shake it yes and no. And then find stillness. Again, savor this dog. Feel the length in the spine as the tailbone lifts high and the heels press toward the floor, gazing back toward your knees. Take a breath in, come up on your toes, take a walk forward. We'll move a little faster, just matching our breath. Find your forward fold. Matching our breath to our movement, come up halfway. Inhale, hands to shins, gaze down, and exhale, fold. Fingertips to the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to. Root to rise, reach up. Take a hold of your right wrist, lean left. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, take a hold of left wrist, side bend right. Good. Inhale, reach up and look up. Take a funky clasp, so the opposite thumb is on top this time. Bring your shoulder blades together as you forward fold, bending your knees as much as you need to. Lift your arms up, forward fold. Breathe in, release your hands, let them come to the floor. Step back with one leg, step back with the other. Lower your knees or lower all the way down. This time we'll take one cobra or up dog. So take your hands to the outsides of your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Elbows in close to the body. Inhale, come on up. You can lift your knees coming into up dog or come into your cobra. And on your exhale, come on up into your downward facing dog. Third down dog, third time's a charm, so savor it. Breathe in, lift those hips high. Breathe out, send the heels toward the floor. Relax the neck. This is fun. Inhale your right leg. Send it up high without knocking over your bookshelf. Good. And then step it all the way through. See if you can get your right foot all the way, however you can, to the top of your mat. And then we'll rise up together, coming into our crescent. So reaching those arms high, gazing forward, finding that spot in front of you that is not moving. Breathe in and breathe out. And then, not to be rude, I'm going to come into my warrior two. So spin your back foot to flat. Right foot stays right where it is. Send those fingertips out from your shoulders. Enjoy your warrior two. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then when you're ready, flip the right palm. Send the left hand down the left leg. Reach up for peaceful warrior. Maybe make a peace symbol with your right fingers. Why not? You can take your left arm and come into a half bind, reaching it around. See if you can lean back a little bit more, but press into the left side of the left foot as you do that. Equal time, equal pressure, not pressure, equal distribution on all four sides of the feet. Good. Breathe in one more time. And as you breathe out, we'll come back through warrior two. And then take your hands down. Frame your right foot. Spin your left foot so it's facing forward. And then we'll send that right leg up, back up high. And then lower it down. Coming back into your down dog. And take a moment here. Press your heels toward the floor as you savor the length in the spine. Really reach that tailbone up high. Gaze back to your knees. Somehow I can't talk when I'm upside down. Gaze back towards your knees. Press your heels to the floor. One more breath in and one more breath out. And then inhale. Left leg lifts high. And exhale, send it forward. Come into your crescent. As I tuck my battery pack. Rise on up. Reach your arms forward. Reach your arms up. Pinkies draw together as you frame your ears. Feel that strength, the strength in your legs. Good. Find your drishti, your gazing point. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, come into your warrior two here. Here we are. Spin that back foot to flat. Send your arms out from your shoulders. Left knee over left ankle. Enjoy. Savor. One more breath in and a long breath out. And then let this right hand come down. Reach your peaceful warrior up. Maybe make that peace sign. Why not? Lean back. Get that stretch in the left side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Steady yourself. You're doing great. On your exhale, come back through your warrior two. Sink down a little bit more maybe. Keep that knee over the ankle. Be safe. And on your next exhalation, we're going to bring our hands to frame the left foot. Step the right foot back. Send it up high. And then lower it down. Find your down dog. This might be number 5. So savor. Not too many more down dogs left in this practice anyway. Breathe in and then breathe out. We'll take another pass through that little flow and add on. So when you're ready, inhale the right leg up high. Look forward, send it forward. Rise up into your crescent, reach up. Take a big breath in. Exhale as you come through your warrior two. Send your fingertips out, take up space, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Let your palms touch above your head and straighten that right leg. Good. Exhale as you slowly sink back down into your warrior two. And then inhale, find your peaceful warrior. Lean back, reaching that right arm up and over. Good. Beautiful. And on your exhalation, we'll reach back out, coming into warrior two. Take your side angle. So this right elbow rests on the right thigh. Reach the left arm overhead. Take your gaze under that left arm. Beautiful. One more breath in. And as you exhale, pivot around. Take that left toe, so it's the left toes, so they're facing forward. Take your hands to frame the right foot. And then step on back. Send the right leg up and back. And here's just playing, just playing. You can stay here, lower down to your down dog and savor it. Or take a fire hydrant pose, bending that right knee. And then see what happens if you take your right leg over toward the right and open it up. Come into a wild thing, because we can. So the right toes are on the floor, that left leg is extended. And we'll be here for one more breath. And on your exhalation, send that right leg back up and then lower it down. Okay, savor that. Savor that. When you're ready, inhale, where left leg reaches. One more side, exhale, come into your crescent, however you can. Come up on your fingertips and then rise up. Find that balance. Draw the pinkies together. You've got this. Nice big breath in. And exhale as you open up to your warrior two. Good job. Here we are. Drop those shoulders. If they're coming up toward your ears like mine were. When you're ready, palms come together. Straighten that left leg. And exhale as you slowly bend back down. Warrior two. Send your peaceful warrior up and out and over. Enjoy that peace, that stretch. Good. And then exhale. We'll come through warrior two and take a side angle. Left elbow on left thigh. Right arm reaches. Gaze under that right arm. Nice big breath in. And a long breath out. And then spin that back foot so it's facing forward. Frame the left foot. Send the left leg high. Reach up. And then bend that right knee. Why not? Or savor your down dog. Always choices. And if you like, take that left leg over. Did I say right? I meant left. I'm so sorry. Come into your wild thing. So up on your left toes, maybe take a circle, shoulder circle. Maybe get really expansive and big, savoring this openness, inviting in. And then when you're ready, we'll come back down, lift that left leg back up, and lower the left leg to meet the right. Come forward in tabletop or plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly and make a pillow. And here we go. Oh, it feels so good to savor the rest. So take a rest here. Turning your one head to one side. Maybe Sophie, shake it out. Nice big breath in. And a slow breath out. One more breath, and then let it go. Good. Bring your forehead to the center. Take your right knee and draw it up to your right elbow, your right shoulder. Nice big breath in, and then a slow breath out. One more breath. One more exhalation. And then release that right leg long. Take your left knee up towards your left shoulder. You can keep your head in the center or turn it one side or the other. And just let your lower back release. Nice. Big breath in. And a long breath out. As you do, send your left leg long. We're going to bring our hands to our shoulders to the outsides of our shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades in toward one another, and then press yourself up. We're going to come up, and if you have your blanket close by, I suggest you open it up so that it is under your knees. You can double it up even. We're going to come into frog pose. So frog pose is intense. We've already stretched our inner thighs quite a bit, but if this just does not work for your knees, I suggest you come to your back. Try a happy baby. But if you'd like to come into frog briefly with us, we're going to come into a table and then take your knees wide as your mat and see if you can get your feet to the outsides of the knees. Now, always options here. You can tuck a block underneath you as you sink your hips back. You can put another blanket back there. Just see what happens. Also have your blocks handy in case you want to place your head on a block. We're going to send our hips back, and yeah, this is super intense, so we might be going to our negative bias, but just be aware. Just be aware. Breathe in, use your breath. And we're just going to see if we can be here for about 5 breaths. So yeah, frog is one of the intenser poses. So if you're in your happy baby on your back, you can savor that. You can rock from side to side. But if you're here in frog, just be present. Nice big full inhalations. We can do this. Slow, long exhalations. Activate that parasympathetic nervous system. So another thing that the author of Hardwiring Happiness, Rick Hanson, says is that animals spend the bulk of their lives in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, the more calm, centered nervous system, whereas humans spend the bulk of their lives in the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight or freeze. So to counter that, we can savor, we can practice yoga, we can breathe deeply, consciously, and we can come together to practice. In the beginning of his book, he talks about the 3 human needs, and they are safety, satisfaction, and community. Safety, satisfaction, and community. So we need to feel safe. We need to have some joy, some satisfaction, some happiness. And then we need one another. But we have those darn impediments, that negative bias and the stressful world. And so our job, our mission, if we choose to accept it, is to find ways to let be, let go, and then let in, savor. Have positive experiences and really absorb them so that we file them away in our long-term memory and they become triggers for happiness as we move through life. Let's take one more breath. Have I distracted you enough? And as you exhale, slowly make your way back up. You've done great. I can tell. Come on up to a seat. We'll take that left leg in front of us, cross the right leg over, come into your twist. So give yourself a hug and a pat, and then gaze over that right shoulder. or left shoulder if you've gone to the other side. Be here now, wherever you are, and take that gaze. As your breath deepens again, take that gaze over the shoulder. Good. And slowly unwind. We'll take that twist to the other side so we can detox. Get that inner massage for our organs. And breathe in. Breathe out. Any twist will do. So if you happen to be on your back, coming from your happy baby, you can twist to one side. That's where we're going anyway. And when you're ready, unwind. And let's all come to our backs. Take your blanket aside. Lower all the way down. Find that connection. Find that stable ground and just take a moment. Savor. Notice your legs. Notice your hips. Good. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. And then bend your knees. Bring your hands to the floor, palms facing down. We're just going to peel our lower back up. Take a back bend. Come into a bridge pose here. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe reach for your hands and clasp them as you lift up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's stay for 2 more breaths. See if you can lift a little bit higher. Good. 1 more round of breath together. And use your exhale to slowly lower down. So take it down 1 vertebra at a time so you can really feel the back lowering to the floor. And then give yourself a hug. Hug your knees into your chest. And then take your knees, drop them over to the right. Take your left arm out to the left and take your gaze in that direction. 1 final twist before we come into our final opportunity to savor, to let in the good. And take your deepest breath yet. Fill up. And on your exhalation, hug your knees back in and drop your knees to the opposite side. Open your right arm up to the right. Take your gaze in that direction. You can keep a nice hand on the top of your right thigh just to encourage it toward the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more full, deep inhalation. And let your exhalation be your impetus to come back up through center. And take any last shapes that might feel good. Legs up. You can take your legs up the wall if you like. I'm going to suggest for this Shavasana, you bring your feet together and let your legs, the openness that we created, to let you come into a Baddha Konasana, supine Baddha Konasana. And once you do, feel free to cover up if your space is chilly, or take your blanket behind your neck. I think I'm going to do that. I'm feeling that. And then just let yourself settle in. Let it be. Let it all be. All these shapes that we made produced different responses within your neurology and your biology. Just let it all settle and integrate. And just savor. One of my favorite mystics is Father Bede Griffiths. He was a Catholic monk who moved to India and lived in an ashram for like 50 years. And he became immersed in the Hindu culture and yoga and meditation. And so he really, he was just cool. He was just cool. You can find some of his writings out there, but he wrote about India and his life there, and this just came across my screen this morning, so I thought I'd share it. He says, "Perhaps this is the deepest impression left by life in India, the sense that the sacred as something, the sense of the sacred as something pervading the whole order of nature. Every hill and tree and river is holy, and the simplest human acts of eating and drinking, still more of birth and marriage, have all retained their sacred character." Every little act, eating and drinking, savoring life. When you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Stay right where you are and savor some more, or begin to make small movements with fingers and toes. Turn your head from side to side. And if you'd like, roll to one side. Take a moment to pause. See this fetal position as an opportunity to reawaken or rebirth something. And then when you're ready, use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seat. And then take a moment to notice what's open. What are you open to this day? Notice your lengthened spine, your good posture. And just savor the positive effects of your practice. And when you're ready, take your arms out wide, reach up for all the goodness. And draw your hands down to your heart. Let your chin bow to your own tenacity and energy and goodness. And from this place, send out a prayer to someone who could use it. Thank you so much for practicing. Have a great day, a great week. Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Take care. Counteract that negativity bias.